Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to 180 Blog Pass. Here we are going to Tampa, East Coast. Finally, some good soil. My hometown, East Side. Do the thing. I don't know. But anyway, so for the 250s, gonna get it mixed up a little bit. But before we get it mixed up with the 250s, let's just go over what we know, which is the 450s. Obviously, the breaking news is Jett Lawrence, ACL, tear, and meniscus. So he'll be out for at least 4 months, a solid 4 months, if not a little bit longer. Just depends. But with all the medical technology and rehabilitation, what am I trying to say? All the doctor stuff we got, he'll be fine. It's just like a routine. I mean, soccer players, they tear their ACLs like all the time as kids, and they're fine. Both of them. I know soccer doesn't compare to motocross whatsoever, or Supercross, but that's not the point. The point is Jett's out, so we got to go back to the drawing board. We had to go back to the drawing board anyway. I think he would have took, if he didn't hurt himself that last race, I think he would have took Glendale. So Eli was not getting good starts. So let's start with him. He did the last race, but 1 out of 3, maybe from being able to start so many times at the gate with everybody, taught him something, saying, hey, all right, this is how we need to start. I have no idea. I don't know if it was the track. I have zero clue. What did he get pinched off in the last round too? So something's going on with the start. So Eli's got to get his starts, and then he will win because, I mean, he's going up through the pack. So if Eli gets his starts, he'll win. Roczen has been very consistent. Now with Jett out of the game and him not being able to catch up and start to dominate, now there's some room, right? But Chase came back and won Glendale, won the first Triple Crown. The thing with Chase, though, is yes, he won the Triple Crown, but he didn't get a first place once. So on the next races, to win, you got to get first place or you don't win. And right now, Ken Roczen's only 2 points behind when it comes to the title. So there's that. And Roczen was more consistent throughout the races than Chase Sexton was. So I said if Chase didn't do something, I would write him off. So I haven't wrote him off, and now I have to eat my words, and I can't write Cooper Webb off either. But they're still both on the line for me. There's a line in the sand, and they're tiptoeing on it. So that's where we're at with those guys. Christian Craig is supposed to line up at the gate at Tampa, so we'll see how he does on the Yamaha. I'm hoping way better. Malcom Stewart was riding really well at Glendale. He was consistent as well. Arian Plessinger was consistent, but stayed 9 and 10, so that doesn't help us. Hunter Lawrence has been consistent, but he hasn't been on the podium. But he's been in like 4th and 5th, so now that his brother's out, but I guess Jett hasn't really been on the podium either. There's so much going on. I'm so confused right now. It's easier to report when it's the same thing over and over. We got to go back in time. All right, so Chase won. I don't even remember. So, recap so we know where to go forward. Race 1, Chase had the win, but Roczen was in 2nd, Jason Anderson in 3rd, Cooper Webb was 4th, Tomac 5th. So all the guys were in the top 5 at the first race. Okay, now we have the second race. How could we forget? Eli Tomac with the win, Jett Lawrence in 2nd, Cooper Webb, Roczen, and Hunter in 5th, and Chase in 6th. Chase went on a real good high to a real good low in comparison. But you take Jett out and Chase is in 5th, Roczen is in another podium. See what I'm saying? So the last race, we had Chase win again. So right now, Chase has 2 number 1 slots, but he never got a number 1 on all 3 races. So can we count that for a normal race? I don't know. Cooper Webb 2nd. Cooper Webb's been consistent, even though I've written him off. And Ken Roczen 3rd, Eli in 4th, Hunter Lawrence in 5th, Jason Anderson in 7th. Okay, so it's safe to say that consistency-wise, Cooper Webb and Ken Roczen have been consistent with being in the top 5. But so has Eli. And Eli hasn't had good starts. So that says something. So if Eli gets his starts together, he's got the podium. Tampa. That's kind of Ken Roczen's home turf. But Cooper Webb does good on the East as well. Roczen, Cooper, Chase. No. I'm going to say maybe Eli got something with his starts. Eli, Roczen, Cooper, Chase. I think Chase goes back down. If Chase doesn't go back down, then we have something on our hands. But until he proves me wrong at a normal race, we'll go from there. And I said that with Cooper Webb, but we're on the East Coast now, and he was riding well sick, and I just got kind of hyped. I kind of got lost in the hype of the other riders, so I will admit that. So we'll see. I think Jason Anderson stays in the top like 7, and Hunter Lawrence, he might move up a spot into the 4th, but he's going to be there consistently in 5th. I don't know. I feel like Hunter Lawrence is better at motocross and not supercross, at least from what I've seen and heard. So that's the 450s. That's where I'm sticking with. Now for the 250s. We got new lineups, new faces. They're old faces, but they're new to us for 2025. So let's check those guys out. So RJ Hampshire is on the East Coast this year, and he is an East Coast baby. So there's that. Hopefully he'll win it for his East Coast fans and whatnot. But the point is, he won West Coast last year, and he's now a defending champion. So we'll see how he does. I did watch an interview where I guess he had some wrist problems, maybe had some wrist surgery, and he said he wasn't quite 100% through the whoops, but he is getting better. They have brought whoops back for the most part, so that could affect him. We also have Levi Kitchen, who was riding really well last year. He's going to be in the mix. We have Austin Forkner, who is back by the grace of God on a new bike on the Triumph. So he will be away from the Kawasaki curse. So he's got that going for him. But he's coming back and he was riding great before his huge thing. And he's got a lot to show for. He's going to be a dad soon. So dad better get out there and make some smart decisions. Race well. Cameron Mcadoo, haven't seen him this year. Tom VL, he's another title defender coming back. We'll see how he lines up with these guys. Casey Cochran, Chance, Pierce Brown, Jackson Bennett. I thought I saw him on the West Coast, but I must have seen it wrong. Nate Thrasher, Jalik Swole got hurt. He won't be racing. He's also in Triumph, which sucks because he was doing really well. And I know he had some stuff. Triumph didn't start out well last year, that's for sure. So, but I have high hopes for them now. Obviously, Jordan Smith won Glendale, so they're doing something right. Jordan Smith's also very experienced, so he's got that going for him as well. And I feel like he would know how to work on his bike and know how to help the mechanics be like, okay, this is what I want. Execute. So if I had to put money on it, as long as the Kawasaki, look, whoever is in charge of Kawasaki, y'all need to go fast or something because you got something going on with the pro circuits and it's not good for you and it's not good for your riders. So you need to go somewhere and fix that because that's not cool. Oh man, that 14, man, just getting slaughtered. I'm going to say Levi Kitchen, Austin Forkner, and Mcadoo. I don't know which order, but I think they're going to be top 3. And I really don't know exactly who all is racing. So I'm going to go with that for now. And then as the East Coast kind of goes on, we're going to go to Detroit. And then after Detroit, we'll go back to West Coast in Arlington, Texas. So I'll have more thoughts once Tampa's over for East Coast and we get heading on to Detroit. The season is crazy. I don't know which way is up anymore. I don't even know how to predict anything. So we're just going to see what happens and enjoy the races. We'll see you guys at Tampa.